Perfect. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks. Thank you. Súper amable el señor.
Sí, yo ando con adelante.
¿Ah?
Yo subido con adelante.
Oh, sí.
Hello. How are you two?
Good.
I just finished dropping someone off, and
Oh, okay.
so I was in the neighborhood and I thought, oh,
I think that I saw you when you passed.
I passed by earlier and I thought, oh, they may be waiting for an Uber, and then I came back.
We was waiting for an Uber, but I was just like somewhere very far away, and it doesn't move.
Yeah.
We was waiting
Interesting.
and we canceled that.
So you canceled and tried it again.
Yeah.
Oh, I understand. And it just so happened that there I was.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you're not Luis.
No.
You're Luis.
Me.
Luis and
Rosa.
I was gonna guess Rosa. I was not gonna guess Rosa. My
Where
name.
are you from?
I'm from Ethiopia.
Ethiopia.
I think that we met before.
Have we?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, but
We are from Venezuela.
Venezuela. You know,
We
I
were talking
think
about.
I
stuff from
remember
Venezuela.
once upon a time.
Yeah.
You have a good memory, Luis.
Yeah.
Rosa was not here before though. It's just you
No,
and
it
me.
was just me. Actually, I was coming from her work.
From her
I was
work,
coming
okay.
From Chinooks and
Ah, and I think I remember this now.
yeah,
And what do you do for work again?
I do music.
Music. You're like an artist. I remember this now. Yeah. I'm happy to meet you again, Lewis. Lewis, and now we meet Rosa as well, which is wonderful.
You have a different car, right? Or now this is new?
This is the same one as before.
Isn't it?
It is. I did have another one. This is a long time ago, though. Maybe a year and a half ago, I had a smaller car.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think that's when we met. I think it was more recent.
It was the same.
Like maybe the last couple of months. So
Yeah.
this would be the same car. Yes, I only have one vehicle.
Yeah. That's
Some
good.
have a whole, you know how ladies will have, for example, lots of shoes in the wardrobe, or maybe it's purses that they like,
Yeah.
or clothes. Some have cars in their driveway. And that's what they collect.
Yeah.
I'm not one of those.
Me too, man. I don't think that.
We're not at that level of income, no. And even if I could afford it, I'm not sure if I would invest in cars.
No.
That's not my jam. What would you invest in, Rosa, if you had that kind of money?
Me?
Yes.
Close.
Clothes? Do you like clothes?
Everything is so uncertain right now that I really don't know if I will invest or anything.
I'm taking away the uncertainty. If there was no
Okay,
uncertainty.
I will invest
if you-
in traveling with my family.
Ah, okay.
Like
Yeah.
doing memories, making memories.
Yeah. Okay, that's a very good answer that a lot of people have the same. I think it's maybe our age group that has that feeling of invest in memories and experiences more than in things, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
How about you?
The same thing.
Same thing.
Maybe I buy a fancy car.
Okay. And what fancy car would you buy?
don't
Rosa's
know.
I
like,
am not. I don't.
see,
I don't know.
I know.
Really simple.
I make a lot of videos online about my job as an Uber driver. One of the questions that they'll ask me is, what's your favorite car? So I'll tell my favorite car. And it's not that I know much about cars, but I just know what I like and what I don't like.
Exactly.
And so this one time, it went unexpectedly in a different way, where they asked me, what's your favorite car? I said, oh, it's this vehicle here. And they said, please, we want to start contributing towards you having this favorite car. And I said, that's very kind, but no. No, because this is a very expensive car, and I can't afford that kind of expensive car, and it would be very much a mismatch in my lifestyle. Here's the thing, I said, if you were to try and buy me this car, only I would enjoy it. You guys can't even access this car. How about if you think about something else that everyone can enjoy? Maybe if, like, for example, I do a podcast. So if I do a podcast, you can contribute to like my equipment, and then everyone can listen to my podcast. That would be helpful, or something like that, right? But
that's amazing. The experience that we can have.
I think so.
With learning from others.
Absolutely. And so the previous rider that I had earlier, we had another conversation. We were driving by a beautiful neighborhood, and she said, these houses, I wonder, she says, if they're just trying to show off with all their beautiful. And I said, I wouldn't necessarily agree, because for some people, they may have interests that are expensive. For example, I remember driving a young youth one time. He was wearing $400 pairs of jeans, a $300 hat.
Wow.
Like, he had all these clothes in his wardrobe, and he spends the top of the model brand. You know, this is what he goes for. And I said, me, I like looking good, but I won't spend any money on new clothes. You know, this is from used store. Like, I'm gonna buy something that I look good in, but I won't spend a lot of money on it.
Exactly.
So that's not my jam, but I can understand his perspective, where he's like, this is what makes me happy. So in reference to like these people who have beautiful homes or cars or so on like that, it may be easier, I told her, to say, I think they have intentions that aren't good, because that's all we see. Yeah. But I said, I think it's more fair and courteous to actually listen to what their intentions are. If you start off with a blank slate for them, and then hear what their motivations are. Maybe they just say, I want to show everyone how rich I am. Then you know. Then you heard it from them. Yeah. But maybe they're saying, I've actually always dreamed of having a home like this, and this is what brings me greatest fulfillment in life, to have this kind of experience in life that I had to work very hard at, and I had to like earn this. And then that's a different perspective, you know, in which you'd say, okay, maybe I have a different perspective on what my values are, but I can't necessarily say that my values trump yours by way of importance or priority or that kind of thing, right? And so it almost seems like it begs for that patient analysis of saying, until we can hear from someone from their own mouth and from their own ideas and their own convictions, it may not be fair to be able to write them off and say, you have ill intentions or bad plans.
And I'm agree with the always the final thing that when you have material stuff is that to show that to other person, to other people,
right?
That to me is like that's the whole, you know, you can afford it. Okay, I have this because I can afford it. Okay, but what is the purpose? Sometimes what because I say I like, if I have a bunch of money, I want to try a Tesla or something like that. You know, like I don't know. I like technology.
Yeah, me too.
It's mostly the materialistic stuff is
not only material.
My opinion is this. Oh, look what I have. I have to show that to people. When I'm being a musician, playing in a house, is like
I was gonna
rich people like they open the house and they start giving a tour to the people, showing the house what in any sense. Yeah. That's the final. I've been saying that's the final thing. Yes. This just this. I have this. Yes. This I bought it from Africa. This is I brought this from whatever Asia. Yeah. You know. Yeah. It's so that's this kind of the final
assessment, really.
Exactly. Yeah. The final point. Yeah. Right.
For example, even with your music, for example, there's a way, or even with athletics, for example, it's another way that the way they use language today is to flex and say, here's how strong I am in this expression here, you know, whether it's a beautiful house, whether it's your abilities in the gym, whether it's your ability with your instrument or your singing, or whatever it is that you say, this is what I want to find value in. Do you use it in such a way where it's currency to show someone else how insufficient they are, or do you use it in a way to build up the community? So a musician, for example, could say, I'm going to play this instrument and people will love hearing it, but I'm going to use it to show others how no one is ever good enough. I'm always the best. Yeah. Now, it's good to have competitiveness and not to work really hard. I love it. One of the things I've often thought about by way of an idea is the only way I want to be competitive with someone is I want to encourage them to be better than me, so I can work hard in showing love or honor for others. Exactly. And when we do that, and we do it from a genuine place of, hey, how can we treat each other better than we're treated? Like, how can we up that level or that bar of showing honor for other people? And do it from a genuine heart that says, hey, how can I really be a good person and encourage and inspire you to also be the same? That's a really happy competition there. But if it's the kind where I say, I'm going to be the best person to everyone else so I can show how bad you are, then you show your true intention there, which is really pure and honest, right?
I think everything depends of resources, but that is what they have since they were born, right?
Yeah.
They don't know other thing like that.
For sure.
But they're good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
Some others just don't, like, we met people, know people that they may have, that we know they may have a lot of money.
Yes.
But they're the simplest, easiest person ever.
Yeah.
So it's just depending of what you want to be. I think
Oftentimes, rich people go to poor countries to help them out, but then realize that the poor people have a lot more generosity with the small that they have, and that blows away the rich people and saying, oh, I thought I was going to give something, but I got so much more than I ever expected to get. And that's something that they got was intangible. It wasn't money, it wasn't the wealth, but it was actually an expression of humanity that says, you're like me. How can I show you love that affirms your existence? I love that expression.
Yeah, totally. And after, at the end, next one, because this one is closed.
Thank you.